Thomas, a bartender in a small Arizona town, never imagined his predictable life would be altered by an enchanting blue-skinned woman. Laura, an alien from Proxima Centauri B, stranded after her spacecraft malfunctioned, walks into his bar. Their unexpected meeting ignites adventures and ethical dilemmas beyond imagination. How far would you go to bridge two completely different worlds? If you want to dive into real stories of parallel realities every day, in enigmatic, technological worlds that are completely different from our planet, subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Well, let's go. In the unassuming town of Mesa, Arizona, a locale known more for its serene desert landscapes and charming Main Street than for cosmic intrigues, life meandered at its usual pace. The Arizona night sky gleamed like a velvet blanket speckled with diamond-like stars, a magnificent yet commonplace sight to the town's inhabitants. Thomas Reed, a barman in his 30s characterized by his rugged handsomeness, with tousled dark hair and a weathered charm, was accustomed to the tranquil monotony of his routine. His life, a rhythmic cycle of pouring drinks and lending an ear to the local patrons, offered no hint of the cosmic marvels awaiting him. This fateful evening began with the usual crowd trickling into his establishment, the Desert Rose Bar. The air buzzed with the familiar sounds of clinking glasses, low murmurings, and the occasional burst of laughter. But amidst the humdrum, an unfamiliar energy seemed to lurk, teasing the edge of Thomas's consciousness, a prelude to a disruption that would soon alter the trajectory of his existence. As Thomas absent-mindedly polished a glass, the door swung open. His reflexive glance towards the entrance registered a figure that, despite the shadows playing tricks, exuded an eccentric allure that instantly set him on edge. Stepping into the warm, amber glow of the bar's light, she revealed herself, a woman whose very being seemed to shimmer with otherworldly elegance. Her skin, a shade of iridescent blue that glowed softly under the indoor lighting, was unlike any Thomas had ever seen. Laura, as she introduced herself with a voice that resonated with an ethereal melody, was not just any traveler. She was an alien from Proxima Centauri B, a distant exoplanet. Her features, both delicate and striking, included deep indigo eyes that seemed to hold the vastness of space within them. Her hair flowed like liquid silver, lending her an almost holographic appearance. Clad in a form-fitting suit emblazoned with luminescent markings, she seemed a beacon of the cosmic mysteries, her presence alone a stark contrast to the mundane surroundings. In the backdrop of the Desert Rose Bar, with its rustic charm and homely ambiance, Laura's entrance began weaving an extraordinary tapestry of events. The bar patrons carried on with their revelries, oblivious to the cosmic convergence playing out in their midst. For Thomas, however, time seemed to decelerate, every second drenched in the gravitas of this unprecedented encounter. A peculiar sense of destiny unfurled as Thomas, driven by a pull he could not comprehend, approached Laura. An awkward but curious ensued, punctuated by the warmth and genuine interest that defined his nature. As they conversed, the frequency of the night changed, almost like a cosmic resonance harmonizing the space between them. Laura's voice, with its calm cadence, began unraveling the tale of her interstellar journey, detailing a navigational error that had led her spacecraft to crash land near the outskirts of Mesa. Laura's spacecraft, an impressive vessel designed for deep space exploration, had malfunctioned during a routine survey mission, leaving her stranded on this alien planet. Her description of the Proxima Centauri system was both mesmerizing and unfathomable to Thomas. As she spoke, her holographic wrist device projected three-dimensional images of her home planet, showcasing a world of perpetual twilight bathed in the light of a red dwarf star. The landscapes, brimming with exotic flora and bioluminescent seas, depicted a civilization far advanced yet deeply harmonious with nature. Thomas, grappling with the staggering implausibility of the situation, watched in stunned silence. His skepticism, a natural defense mechanism, wavered under the weight of the tangible evidence before him. The undeniable truth of Laura's narrative began to take root in his mind, challenging the limits of his perception and acceptance. The palpable connection that sparked between them defied the boundaries of their disparate worlds. As Laura recounted her experiences, her eyes sparkled with the wisdom of countless light years traveled and a yearning for understanding. Thomas, on the other hand, felt an awakening, an unspoken realization that this encounter was a divergent node in the path of his existence. The evening took an even more surreal turn when Laura, with childlike curiosity, requested to try the beverage favored by many Earthlings. She was handed a chilled bottle of Coca-Cola. As the effervescent liquid danced on her tongue, an unexpected reaction rippled through her. Her previously calm demeanor erupted into an ecstatic display. Her body lit up with an iridescent glow, and she broke into a spontaneous, joyful dance. The energy she emitted was palpable, an exuberant force that electrified the atmosphere of the bar. The patrons, momentarily distracted from their indulgences, stared in awe and amusement at the dazzling spectacle. For Thomas, it was a moment of epiphany, an affirmation of the extraordinary seated within the ordinary, a revelation that existence held more magic than he had ever allowed himself to believe. Watching Laura, illuminated by her radiant joy, Thomas felt an insatiable curiosity for the enigmas she embodied. The rest of the night unfolded as a convergence of reality and wonder. Laura continued sharing stories of cosmic phenomena, space explorations, and encounters with civilizations across the galaxy. Thomas found himself irresistibly drawn into her tales, each more astonishing than the last. The bar's rustic confines became a conduit for interstellar revelations, each corner echoing the whispers of distant galaxies. As their conversation deepened, a mutual understanding blossomed, a silent pact that destiny had entwined their paths for a reason beyond their current comprehension. Laura, though alien, exhibited a profound empathy and a wisdom that surpassed human understanding. Her presence felt less like an anomaly and more like a missing piece in the grand puzzle of Thomas's life. For Laura, Thomas's grounded nature and open-heartedness offered a comforting anchor amidst the uncertainty of her predicament. The night wore on, and the Desert Rose Bar gradually emptied. The last of the patrons bid their tipsy farewells, leaving Thomas and Laura ensconced in the soft glow of the dimming lights. The air hung thick with the latent energy of their newfound alliance, a kinship forged in the unlikeliest of encounters. Thomas, breaking the silence, extended an offer of refuge, inviting Laura to stay at his modest home until a solution to her navigational woes could be devised. Laura accepted with a gracious nod, her eyes reflecting a gratitude beyond words. As they left the bar, stepping into the cool desert night, the vast sky above seemed to shimmer with new possibilities. Each star twinkled like a silent witness to the burgeoning adventure that lay ahead. The unremarkable life of Thomas Reed was now the threshold of an epic journey, one that promised to transcend the banalities of earthly existence and delve into the grand mysteries of the cosmos. Little did he know, this was just the beginning of a sequence of events that would redefine his understanding of reality and his place within it. As the dimly lit bar in Mesa, Arizona cradled the night in its arms, a vibrant thread of energy wove its way through the room, centering on Thomas and Laura. The background hum of the locals' conversations became an indistinct murmur as Thomas leaned in, captivated by the alien woman's enthralling account of her celestial voyages. Her stories spanned the vastness of space, a cosmos dotted with galaxies, nebulae, and civilizations so advanced that they defied human comprehension. Each word she spoke shimmered with a mosaic of hues, reflecting the diverse and surreal experiences she had amassed. Laura's blue skin seemed to pulsate with an ethereal glow under the bar's neon lights. It was as if she carried a sliver of her home planet's essence within her, a palpable vibrancy that made Thomas question the very fabric of reality. The allure of the unknown wrapped them both in a symphony of wonder, yet a profound tension simmered beneath the surface. Thomas found himself oscillating in an emotional limbo, caught between skepticism and an ever-growing fascination. Laura's strange and wonderful tales tested the limits of his belief system, each story a beacon or perhaps a siren call to a broader existence he had never before considered. Laura's gaze fixed on Thomas, and in that moment, the bar seemed to vanish. She spoke of colossal starships with hulls reflecting the starlit void, of interstellar markets bustling with life forms Thomas could barely imagine, and of celestial phenomena so extraordinary that he could feel goosebumps rise on his skin. This wasn't passive listening, it was an experience that shook the core of his being. He was drawn into intricate depictions of planets with skies the color of molten gold and oceans that gleamed with bioluminescent life. Even the simplest details, an alien marketplace filled with traders, a world where the flora could communicate, or the depiction of her own homeworld bathed in dual suns, sparked a cavalcade of imagery in his mind. As the night deepened and Laura continued to share her tales, she reached for a glass of Coca-Cola that Thomas had set before her. As soon as the liquid touched her lips, her expression shifted from mild curiosity to ecstatic revelation. An unforeseen reaction detonated. Her body seemed to absorb the drink's carbonated essence, causing her movements to become frenetic, ecstatic, almost transcendental. Laura erupted into a dance as if powered by an otherworldly electric current, an entrancing display that turned heads and gasps into awestruck silence. The room around Laura began to pulse and glow with vibrant colors that were previously invisible to the human eye, as though she had tapped into a hidden vein of the cosmos itself. Her movements were synchronized with bursts of dazzling energy, twirling and spinning, making the crystals embedded in her skin gleam with an almost blinding brilliance. Thomas couldn't help but stare in a mix of amazement and apprehension. His mind raced, analytical gears grinding against each other as he sought some plausible explanation for what he was witnessing. Could a simple Earth beverage contain some element that interacted with alien physiology in such a profound way, or was it something more mystic, beyond the grasp of human science? This extraordinary display acted as a bridge, tethering Thomas ever more tightly to Laura's ethereal existence. Doubt had no place here. He was captivated, spellbound by the allure of the unknown. But this wasn't just a spectral dance. It embodied the conflict of emotions and worlds colliding within him, an awakening that laid bare the magic and peril of bridging two disparate realms. The intimacy of the moment made it clear that this connection was not merely intellectual or physical. It was something deep, primal, and cosmic. Yet, as captivating as the moment was, it bore a darker undertone. This barely controlled energy surge from a simple drink brought into question the implications of deeper entanglements with alien technology and biology. Thomas considered the ethical quandaries, the consequences of integrating such diverse existences, the risks and responsibilities. What if other more dangerous or unpredictable elements of both human and alien natures were to come into contact? He pondered the broader ramifications of Earth's first contact with an alien being. Laura's dance, while beautiful, was also a warning signal, an inadvertent cautionary tale. Here was a manifestation of unintended consequences, a testament to the unpredictability of merging two worlds. While Laura's exuberance appeared harmless and enchanting, what guarantees were there that other human-alien interactions would yield such benign outcomes? Laura, regaining composure, looked at Thomas with eyes that seemed to hold galaxies within them. There was a question in her gaze, a silent inquiry about the future of their intertwined fates. She embodied a future replete with astronomical possibilities but also populated with uncertainties that Thomas could scarcely comprehend. Through the thick fog of wonder and doubt, Thomas found himself contemplating far-reaching questions about identity, morality, and purpose. His previously insular, mundane life had been irreversibly touched by the cosmic. This dichotomy of awe and apprehension created a complex dance of internal conflict. What responsibilities did he now bear, knowing that he was a bridge between worlds? Would humanity welcome this new horizon, or was he bound to maintain a precarious balance to protect both realms? The weight of these dilemmas hung heavy in the air, the bar a crucible of transformative potential and perilous uncertainty. The reverberations of this night would be felt far beyond this small venue, rippling out to touch the vast expanse of the cosmos Laura spoke of so vividly. The two of them were now at a fulcrum, precariously balanced between the allure of boundless discovery and the shadow of unknown risks. Thomas stood at this precipice, gazing into the boundless horizons of roiling galaxies and untapped potentials. The journey he was on had only just begun, each step laden with the dichotomy of wonder and the ethical quandaries that would undoubtedly arise. He knew that the path before them was fraught with as much peril as it was promise, but standing alongside Laura, he felt a resolve growing within him, a readiness to face the vast, uncharted territories ahead. The night gave way to a new dawn, but even as the sun began to rise over the sleepy town of Mesa, Arizona, the mysteries unveiled within those four walls persisted, echoing the unknown depth and boundless scope of the adventures yet to unfold. The relentless desert sun scorched the rooftops of Mesa, Arizona, as Thomas stared at the azure-colored being he's come to know as Laura. Weeks had flown by since their initial, serendipitous encounter at his bar, and the air now buzzed with a different type of energy. With the kind of resolve that only grows from wonder, Thomas offered Laura the comfort of his home, a small but heartfelt gesture that sealed the covenant of their alliance. Days turned into nights, filled with stories of Laura's crossing the cosmic seas, ending with Thomas hungrily devouring each tale with a mix of awe and skepticism. To him, it felt as if the universe had chosen to unlatch its door, offering him a peek into its boundless expanse. Laura's tales roused imaginations that had been dormant, sweeping the mental cobwebs of a humdrum existence. One evening, while lounging in the small, dimly lit living room now filled with an assortment of interstellar knick-knacks Laura had managed to salvage, she made a sweeping suggestion. Why linger confined to the four walls of this dwelling when you have the cosmos waiting for you outside? She mused, her glowing blue eyes locking with his. It wasn't just an adventure she was offering. It was a glimpse into the unfathomable, a chance to rewrite the ethos of his existence. Thomas, initially struck by trepidation, felt an unfamiliar spark of excitement coursing through his veins, replacing uncertainty with a thrill for the unknown. The grungy garage behind his house took on an aura of a clandestine lab as they began collaborating on necessary preparations. Among the alien artifacts Laura had recovered, there lay schematics, blueprints that held the key to unlocking interstellar travel. Thomas dove headfirst into the mechanics of it all, oil-streaked hands a testament to his growing expertise. The ship that emerged from their combined efforts was a sleek amalgamation of human ingenuity and Proxima Centauri's advanced technology. As they stood before it, Thomas couldn't shake off the ghost of fear. The comfortingly familiar small town seemed a fragment of another lifetime. But Laura's reassuring presence, her ability to navigate what once seemed insurmountable, bolstered his spirits. They steeled themselves for the unknown, recalibrating their plans according to forecasts delivered by the ship's advanced systems. Their first destination was an uncharted exoplanet, Luminous Prime. Upon breaching its gaseous exosphere, they were met with a sight that defied earthly imaginations. Giant, bioluminescent forests reached skywards, their crowns functioning as self-sustaining ecosystems. Thomas reveled in the unstructured chaos of alien beauty, while Laura read the subtleties of the landscape like an experienced helmsman. Yet, the planet wasn't without its secrets. Nightfall brought creatures with crystalline shells, shifting the bioluminescence into a mesmerizing dance that formed complex patterns, almost communicating in an alien Morse code. As they traveled deeper, the bioluminescent flora thickened, pulsating with a rhythm that toyed with the senses. Thomas marveled at the harmonious coexistence of the luminous trees and the crystalline creatures, reflecting on the ecological balance that seemed eerily perfect. Laura, meanwhile, was deciphering the coded luminescence. It was a form of communication, a living dialect spoken through light. The cultural tapestries they encountered left Thomas in awe. Laura guided him through ancient relics that hinted at civilizations far older than Earth's most bygone epochs. Their quest wasn't just a thrill ride across nebulas and star clusters. It was a deep dive into the sentient minds that had shaped these worlds. Venturing further, they came across Virn, a water world bearing nothing but oceans and floating metropolises constructed by the Vernians, a race of amphibian-like beings known for their wisdom and archaic rituals. Laura's familiarity with the Vernians allowed them an audience with the Elders. Thomas observed their elongated, sleek forms and cerulean scales that shimmered under diffused sunlight, thinking how diverse creation could be. The Vernian elders spoke in riddles and dialects that felt melodic yet unintelligible to human ears. Thomas, initially feeling like an outsider, soon found common ground in the universal language of curiosity and reverence. The elders shared their chronicles, ancient maps written on underwater tablets, revealing travelogues that could rival even the most audacious human explorers. They instructed Laura and Thomas to endure a ceremonial dive, a test of mettle and adaptiveness. Handled glass bubbles encapsulating breathable air, they plunged into the depths. Strange, bioluminescent creatures accompanied them, like ethereal guardians watching their every move. Through an intricate maze of coral structures, they encountered an ancient underwater temple. Within its sacred walls resided the Orb of Clarity, an artifact that revealed the cosmos' hidden truths. When touched, it emanated visions of future struggles and triumphs, shaking Thomas to his core, yet illuminating his path. The instant they resurfaced from Vern's depths, they encountered another race, the Lumisapiens from Halcyon Glow, who were ritualistic beings connected intimately to the stars. Their existence was an amalgamation of physical and energy-based entities, making them almost celestial. Observing their convergence rituals, Laura emphasized the unparalleled blend of spirituality and technology that the Lumisapiens embodied, urging Thomas to embrace similar synergy. As their journey extended into the unknown, the challenges grew more complex, mirroring Thomas's internal growth. Each planet and race they encountered added a new layer of understanding, pushing him to redefine what it meant to be human. The exploration wasn't merely a physical journey, it was an odyssey that tested the very limits of his intellect and spirit. Their next destination was Naloris, a planet veiled in perpetual twilight. Here, trapeze-like structures glistened, floating above an enchanting expanse. The native Nalorans were an arachnid-like species, whose intricate webs stretched across vast canyons and formed natural bridges. Interaction with the Nalorans proved intellectually stimulating. Their telepathic prowess allowed Laura and Thomas to communicate without uttering a word, stretching the boundaries of conventional interactions. A visit to the Great Library of Web, an enormous network of interconnected webs bearing centuries of knowledge, offered invaluable wisdom. The stories captured in the texts were a testament to their sophisticated society that thrived on collective memory and knowledge sharing. The marvels of Naloris continued to astonish Thomas. As he delved deeper into their history, a tale unfolded, a story of their struggle against an even more ancient, tyrannical regime. Their liberation was hard-fought and preserved in the webbed annals of their civilization. Thomas found reflections of human resilience in the Nalorans' past, deepening his comprehension of shared existential battles across different species. Every new planet, each alien encounter, was a piece in an ever-expanding puzzle. In the stark void of space, the starship Tempestuous gracefully glided towards its daunting destination. The mission was clear: rescue a group of explorers stranded on the unforgiving planet HOZAR-9, a world known for its treacherous terrain and relentless storms. Laura, with her iridescent blue skin shimmering under the synthetic lights of the ship's control room, was more determined than ever. Her presence was the embodiment of calm confidence, a sharp contrast to the brewing storm outside. Beside her, Thomas, now more accustomed to the alien technologies surrounding him, felt a blend of unease and exhilaration. His hands hovered over the intricate control panel, getting a feel for the sophisticated machinery. Memories of his uneventful life as a barman seemed distant, almost from another lifetime. The journey he had undertaken was as much internal as it was external, a metamorphosis from an ordinary man into an interstellar voyager. The descent onto HOZAR-9 was anything but smooth. The planet's atmosphere resisted their entry with violent turbulence, rattling the starship. Lightning strikes traversed the storm-laden skies, casting ominous shadows on the jagged surface below. After several tense minutes, the ship broke through the cloud cover, descending rapidly. Their destination, a precarious outcropping where the distress signal was last detected, lay ahead. Thomas's eyes scanned the rugged landscape, noting the hostile environment. Blackened canyons, massive rock formations, and surging rivers of molten lava stretched out before them. As they landed, the ground beneath the ship trembled, an eerie reminder of the planet's volatile nature. Exiting the ship, the duo faced the elements head-on, with Laura leading the way, her movements fluid and purposeful, her senses attuned to the alien environment. The stranded explorers were located deep within a maze of perilous ravines. Navigating these narrow paths required agility and caution. The relentless wind whipped around them, carrying with it particles of sharp, abrasive sand. Finding the stranded explorers wasn't just a matter of physical endurance, it required keen observation and intuition. Laura's advanced perception played a crucial role, her senses tuned to minuscule fluctuations in their surroundings. The group they encountered was a sorry sight. Exhausted, dehydrated, and dispirited, the explorers, a mix of humans and other species, were grateful, yet skeptical of their rescuers. Among them was Dr. Kex Tarlin, an expert in extraterrestrial geology, with features that resembled a hybrid between a human and a reptilian. His eyes, slit-pupilled and bright green, sparkled with a covert suspicion as he studied Thomas and Laura. Dr. Tarlin's distrust stemmed not just from their mysterious appearances but from the potential consequences of their involvement. He was well aware that the mission might have been compromised by external forces hostile to his research. He hesitated to share critical information about the discovery they made on HOZAR-9, a rare mineral capable of revolutionizing space travel due to its unparalleled energy-conducting properties. Thomas, picking up on Tarlin's unease, decided to focus on the immediate task of survival. He showcased remarkable adaptability, using unconventional methods to overcome obstacles. Each challenge they faced, from traversing landslides to evading hostile creatures, pushed Thomas to his limits. Laura, always close by, observed his growth with a mixture of pride and concern. She knew their partnership was evolving into something more formidable. As the group made their way back to the starship, Laura's knowledge of Proxima Centauri B's advanced technologies proved invaluable. She employed a small device capable of creating temporary force fields, shielding them from the harshest elements. The explorers, initially hesitant, began to trust Laura's expertise, though whispers of dissent remained. Dr. Tarlin, in particular, couldn't shake the nagging thought that there might be more to Laura and Thomas than met the eye. Their return to the vessel was not without incident. They were ambushed by a rogue faction that had been tracking Dr. Tarlin's team, seeking the same mineral discovery. The ensuing battle tested every ounce of Thomas's newly honed skills and Laura's combat proficiency. Amidst the chaos, Thomas discovered a latent ability to anticipate movements, a precognitive flash that guided his actions with near-perfect accuracy. It was an ability that emerged under extreme duress, hinting at deeper, untapped potential within him. Navigating through the onslaught, Thomas and Laura formed an unspoken synergy, their movements and actions perfectly synchronized. The battle highlighted their complementary strengths, Thomas's adaptive ingenuity and Laura's alien prowess. With each skirmish, they grew more attuned to each other, their bond solidifying against the backdrop of conflict. In a critical moment, Thomas exploited a flaw in the enemy's approach, luring them into a trap that allowed Laura to incapacitate their leader, a cunning and ruthless mercenary named Velcor, known for his tactical genius and cybernetic enhancements. Velcor's fall disoriented his followers, providing enough of a distraction for the group to board the ship. With engines roaring, they lifted off, leaving the hostile terrain and adversaries behind. As the vessel soared back into the safety of space, relief washed over the weary group. Medical care was administered to the injured, and the explorers shared their harrowing experiences. Dr. Tarlin, though still guarded, recognized the pivotal role Thomas and Laura played in their survival. He approached Thomas, a semblance of respect in his slit-pupiled gaze. The rescue mission exemplified more than a heroic endeavor. It underscored the complex interplay of trust, survival, and the ethical dilemmas faced by those who push the boundaries of exploration. The revelations of Thomas's newfound abilities and the enduring camaraderie between him and Laura hinted at a deeper connection. The mysteries surrounding their partnership and the latent power within Thomas hinted at grander designs, yet to be fully understood. As the starship continued its journey, the question lingered: what was the true nature of Thomas's potential, and how would it shape the adventures that lay ahead? In the silence of the control room, illuminated by the soft glow of the ship's systems, Thomas and Laura shared a quiet moment of reflection. Their journey together was far from over, with each challenge bringing them closer and unveiling layers of their true selves. For now, they had emerged victorious, but the cosmos held many more mysteries and dangers that awaited them. With their path unclear, the bond between Thomas and Laura would be their compass, guiding them through the endless expanse of space. Hold your breath, for it's only the beginning of their extraordinary odyssey, where every new dawn could herald a revelation or an enigmatic twist, shaping the destiny of all involved. The cosmos, vast and unpredictable, watched with an inscrutable gaze as the newly forged alliance braced for whatever lay beyond the stars. Upon their return to Earth, the vessel glided silently through the atmosphere, a sleek testament to the countless adventures it had hosted. Thomas and Laura stood side by side in the cockpit, their eyes fixed on the familiar skyline of Mesa, Arizona. The journey from the stars was not just a physical return but a profound homecoming for both of them. Thomas's heart pounded with a mix of anxiety and excitement as they descended. What had begun as an ordinary life of routine had spiraled into a cosmic odyssey, leaving them forever changed. As their ship settled gently into a secluded desert clearing, Thomas stole a glance at Laura. Her blue skin glowed faintly under the Earth's natural light, a stark reminder of the extraordinary path that fate had weaved for them. Exiting the vessel, their children, each a unique blend of human and Proxima Centaurian heritage, emerged with wide-eyed wonder. A sense of nostalgia washed over Thomas as he led them down the familiar dusty path towards the town. These streets had once been the boundaries of his entire existence, but now they felt like mere steps on a much grander journey. Reconnecting with the past. The heart of Mesa hadn't changed much. It was a living snapshot of memories, with Denise's diner still bustling at the corner and Sherman's general store dotted with patrons looking for their daily supplies. Thomas's eyes lingered on the familiar sign of his bar, the very place where his life had pivoted from the mundane to the miraculous. As they approached the entrance, Thomas felt a rush of emotions. The door creaked open, the same bell tinkling softly above. The bar looked as it always had, but to Thomas, it seemed to hold even more stories now. The current barman, Joe, a robust man with a salt and pepper beard, looked up in surprise as the family stepped in. Joe welcomed them warmly, his eyes twinkling with curiosity and recognition. "Thomas, it's been too long, my friend. What brings you back here?" Thomas shared an enigmatic smile. "Just revisiting old haunts, Joe. Wanted to show the kids where it all started." He glanced around the room, absorbing the comforting ambiance. Every worn-out stool, every scratch on the bar counter held a tale. The old jukebox in the corner that had soundtracked countless conversations caught his eye. It was surreal to think about how dramatically his world had expanded beyond these walls. *******, a heartfelt conversation. Thomas and Joe sat at the bar, reminiscing over a cold drink. As Thomas recounted the adventures, Joe listened, eyes widening at each revelation. Thomas spoke of alien landscapes, interstellar alliances, and cosmic phenomena that defied even the wildest imaginations. Yet, the most captivating part of the story was his connection with Laura and their journey as a family. He recalled the first time he saw Laura, that bewitching aura of mystery and the unspoken promise of something greater. His life had been a string of predictable events, but Laura had unraveled the thread, weaving it into a tapestry of extraordinary experiences. The bar, once a sanctuary from the world's chaos, now seemed small in comparison to the vast universe they had explored. Nostalgia and reflection. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the bar in a warm golden light, Thomas felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. This place was the starting point of his incredible journey, and returning here brought a sense of closure. The conversation with Joe reaffirmed what he'd always known: home wasn't just a place, but a feeling, a collection of moments that defined who you were. Laura joined them, her presence radiating an ethereal serenity. She had adapted remarkably well to Earth, finding beauty in its simplicity. The children explored the bar, their laughter a sweet melody of the future built on the foundations of the past. Thomas looked at them, his heart swelling with pride and love. They were a testament to the union of two worlds, a symbol of hope and possibility. Though their lives were a blend of human and alien experiences, they had found a balance, a harmony that transcended the differences. ****, a new beginning. As night enveloped Mesa, the family walked back to their vessel. The town, now a constellation of lights under the starlit sky, was a backdrop to their next chapter. Thomas and Laura exchanged a knowing glance, the excitement of future adventures reflected in their eyes. Their return had been a necessary pause, a moment to honor their roots before embarking on new journeys. As they stepped into their ship, a feeling of completeness settled over Thomas. The universe was vast, filled with endless possibilities, and they were ready to embrace it all. The vessel hummed to life, lifting gently off the ground. Thomas cast one last look at Mesa, a silent promise to return. The ship soared higher, merging with the stars, and soon, the small town was but a twinkling dot in the expanse of space. Eternal exploration. In the grand tapestry of the cosmos, Thomas and Laura's story was but one thread, yet it shimmered brightly, woven with love, resilience, and the spirit of discovery. As they ventured deeper into the stars, each moment was a testament to the extraordinary hidden within the ordinary. Their journey was far from over, It was a constant evolution, a dance between the familiar and the unknown. Together with their children, they would explore new realms, face unimaginable challenges, and uncover secrets that lay beyond the veil of the seen universe. The tale of Thomas and Laura was a reminder to all: never cease to wonder, for in the vast expanse of existence, there is always more to discover. It was a story of beginnings and ends, of returning and setting forth anew, forever chasing the horizon. As the ship disappeared into the cosmic canvas, it left behind a trail of inspiration. For those willing to look beyond the surface, to question the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary, the universe held infinite possibilities, waiting to be explored. And so, they ventured on, bound by love, united against the unknown, ever curious, ever hopeful. The stars were their guide, and the universe, their playground. Asterisk, 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 reflection and mystery. In the end, what started as a simple encounter in a modest bar in Arizona had blossomed into a saga of interstellar proportions. Thomas's life, once anchored by predictability, had found new meaning in the endless stretch of space. The extraordinary had become their reality, and with every adventure, they reaffirmed one timeless truth: home was not a destination but a journey, an ever-evolving tapestry of moments and memories. As they navigated the stars, a sense of contentment and anticipation filled their hearts. The universe was an endless canvas, and they were its explorers, forever bound by the mysteries of the cosmos. And as the ship sailed onward, the tale of Thomas and Laura became an eternal legend, a beacon of hope and wonder for all who dared to dream. In the grand scheme of existence, they had discovered something profound. If you liked this story based on real events, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like it. Here you can dive into a different reality every day, where anything can happen. Comment below what kind of story you would like to hear here. Thank you very much for your attention. We are the Sci-Fi family.